So we're here to check out this week's Final Order Cutoff for March 11th, 2023. Stick around. Welcome back, family. I'm your host, Rich, here at Team Ohana, and we're going to be checking out this week's picks of interest from the Final Order Cutoff of March 11th, 2023. I sincerely apologize about missing last week. I was still recovering from some additional surgery. I did put out a couple videos last week, but I was really pushing it. Yeah, we've got an interesting list, and it is very independent heavy today, except for Boom. Nothing really on the Boom as far as picks of interest. And what do I mean by picks of interest? These are just books that I'm just trying to point out, and I am in no way trying to knock any of the ongoing series. It's just that I can't possibly speak about every single book that comes out every single week. There's hundreds. But what I try to do is to point out to you any new series that is coming out. So if I see a number one of anything, I'm going to let you know. If I see a number two of any series, I'm going to point it out because it's a reminder, because if you did pick up number one and you liked it, you may want to just remember, hey, I want to order the next issue. So it's just a courtesy reminder of all the number twos. If I see second printings, third, fourth, 12th printings of key issues or number ones, I'll point those out to you as well, because a lot of people like to collect those, and sometimes those after printing ones are very low print and they do pop up, shoot up in value. It's rare, and I don't recommend going and buying them all, because it's, the one that you hit will not be offsetting the price of the 10 that you didn't. But if you like collecting them, that's a different matter, so you go right ahead. And if I see any really exceptional or eye-catching cover art that catches my eye, okay, I'll point it out. If there's stuff there that I don't pick out, and you like it, fantastic. I'm glad, everybody likes something different. So I'm not trying to put down or not acknowledge artwork that I don't see or don't mention. So let's get right into it. Boom Studios, as I said, had no number ones, number twos, really picks of interest this particular week. So we're going to jump right into DC, which only has a couple. One of them has Justice League versus Godzilla versus Gong, number one, final printing. Promise? Anyway, again, for those multiple printing people, for those people, I'm not following the Justice League versus Godzilla. I just think it's I know a lot of people are reading it and liking it, so if you are one of them, fantastic. It's just not my cup of tea. This show is for you, not for me. Where the heck is my cursor? There you go, you little bugger. Moving on to the next one. We do have the Batman First Night, number 2 of 3, and just as a reminder, this is a kind of a prestige format, so it's not going to fit in your, I got number 1 here, in your standard bag and covers, so don't count on it. You're going to have to get something like a magazine cover or bag or something to store it in. But if you like the story and you want it, there is your reminder for number 2. Moving on to Marvel. Okay, that was it for DC. Marvel's got a few, but it is more towards the end of the alphabet. If you think of all the U's and X's, that's why. Aliens. What If, number 2. This is What If Carter Burke Had Lived. 1985, and they finally decided what if this guy lived? I think they're really reaching for a story here. I know some fans had always wondered it. I didn't. I just assumed and hoped that the character was bye-bye. So, if you like the story, though, there's number 2. There's your reminder. This is just a cool cover to me, because when I was looking at the covers, the Tony Daniel Edge of Spider-Verse number 3, I swear when I saw this, it really looked like something that Deacon Prochorus would draw with the lightning behind it and everything, because it just reminded me of his Thor drawing. So I don't know if Deacon watches the show, but a lot of you that watch the show do know Deacon Prochorus. It just kind of reminds me of his art a little bit, especially the background. Miss Marvel Mutant Menace number 2. If you like the first issue, there is your reminder. Symbiote Spider-Man 2099, number 2 of 5, reminder time. Now we have the Ultimate Black Panther #1 third printing, the Peach Momoko variant. I think this might be the first appearance of this character on the Black Panther cover. It's not her first cover appearance. It's not even like, but I think if you are interested in that, it's fine. I'm not overly crazy about this particular art by Peach Momoko. There's another one later on that I have highlighted just for art, but this one isn't it. We have the Ultimate Spider-Man #1 fourth printing, paid from Marco Tichetto. And that's not terrible. It's, decent. Ultimate X-Men #2. For those of you who have picked up #1 and you want #2, as here's your reminder for it. This is the Momoko variant that I think is the best of the month. It's the Ultimate X-Men #2 Peach Momoko variant. I think that when she draws something in the background, instead of just... And I understand it's watercolor and she spends a lot of time and she's doing a lot of covers, so she, it's a lot of work. But I just think that this is the best work of the month. We have Weapon X-Men #2. If you picked up #1 and you like it, here you go. As a reminder, from what I have heard, I don't hear favorable reviews of this so far. What If Venom #1 second printing. Looks very much like the first. Nothing really specifically different about it. For all you Dazzler fans out there, Larry, you got your X-Men 130 Facsimile Edition. There is a foil variant of this as well, as always. But if, the original one is out of reach for price, as it is for most of us, you can either pick up the Facsimile or wait until the Deadpool movie comes out and you see that Taylor Swift is not in it, at which point all the books will come crashing down in price. X-Men 97 #2. Well, this is a very classic matchup. I really do not like this artwork at all. Matter of fact, I saw this and the cover B, the cover C. The cover B, which is the David Mack Jean Grey variant. I think this is the best artwork of it. So, if you want to pick up #2 and you don't really care about it whether or not it goes up in value, because I think the Wolverine one with Sabretooth has a better chance of going up just based on the cover. If you just want to put a really, like the best covers in your collection, you might want to give this one a look. Red Sonja Empire Damned #1. Now that we've moved into Dynamite, this is a new series. I don't know if it's limited or not. If it doesn't sell, it will be limited. And there is a cosplay variant. There's a lot of variants on this, but if there is a cosplay variant, if this cosplay variants are something that you like to collect. Akogan, I'm not sure the pronunciation. Brutalizer of the Gods #1 from Oni Press. Blasphemous #2. If you're a fan of the stories coming out from Distillery Media and you liked #1, you might want to order #2 in its nice, wonderful prestige format. From Kingspine Entertainment, we have Crying Boy #2. If you like #1, there's your reminder. D&D Thief of Many Things #1 from IDW. A lot of people love the D&D characters and storylines. Just please be pre-warned, this is a $10 book. I don't like recommending the books that are above the $10 mark, so you may notice that I omit a lot of books. I don't want to recommend a book that's $19.99 and somebody's like, oh, that sounds good, clicks on it, and then has sticker shock when they get to the store and realize I didn't know it cost that much. So, Dead Weights #1 from Ahoy Comics. It's a 6-part series. We have Fairy Tale Team Up, Robin Hood and Gretel, cover A from Zenescope, sorry. I'm sure that Hansel must be really ticked off that he got left out of the... he must have had prior engagements or filming a different movie. Geiger gets a new storyline from Image Comics, and this is the Geoff Johns and Gary Frank did the artwork on the inside and the cover art, and this critically acclaimed story returns to Nuclear Wasteland for an all-new ongoing series. So fans of Geiger, rejoice, you have your book back. IDW, Golgotha, Motor Mountain, and number 2. People that liked number 1, there's your reminder. We have The Last Mermaid, number 1, second printing. I don't know what it's going to look like, if it's anything similar to the first printing. Let me go back to doing it again with my cursor. There you go. You can see that. So, and if you liked if you want to collect the second printing, I don't know if it's what it's going to look like, but just to give you an idea of the type of artwork that is available. And the storyline, and you want to continue it, number 2 is also on the Final Order Cutoff. It's a prestige format book. Well, not quite prestige, but what's interesting is that for this format, for this size, $3.99 is usually not a price you see associated with it. So, just wanted to point it out to you. My Little Pony, Set Your Sail, number 1. So we got another little story coming out from My Little Pony series. Night People, number 1 from Oni Press. This is the second printing. Man, that girl in the back seat. Some of my ex-girlfriends, man. Oz, Fall of Emerald City, number 1 of 3 from Zenescope Entertainment. We have Pooh versus Bambi, number 1. Cover A, and I am not buying this. However, I don't know if how many of you people are in my age group, but the ones that are would remember this. The ones that are younger and don't know this, you've got to Google this. Godzilla versus Bambi. It's a little tiny short film. So as is Pooh versus Bambi, it just makes me chuckle because I keep thinking of Godzilla versus Bambi, which was something I think was made before the internet. Okay. Okay. Now I don't know what cover A looks like, but this is what cover B looks like, just to give you a little idea. No, I'm not getting it. Sorry. The Principles of Necromancy, number 1 from Magma Comics. Now honestly, that particular brand does not ring a bell. I don't remember ever pointing out something from Magma, so I don't know if the line has been around for a while or if it's new. So if you happen to know, please let me know in the comments. From Image Comics, we have a new one called Redcoat, number 1. So we're going to have some super soldier on the opposite side. So, immortal, mercenary, kind of a tool. Doesn't that really sound like Sabretooth? And Logan? Okay. So, anyway, I guess he's fighting for the British side during the Revolutionary War. Okay. Robot and Girl from Keenspot Entertainment. Bunch of different covers on this as well. From Image Comics, we have Rook Exodus, number 1. A new book from Distillery. Reminder, it is in prestige format. It's called Spectrograph, number 1. Again, this is also, remember, these are $9 books, so just remember that before you get to the register. The TMNT Best of, somebody help me with the pronunciation, Alopex? I don't know where the emphasis is on which syllable. But anyway, if you like this particular character, mutated by Shredder, befriended by the Turtles, you got a new book coming out, and this has a couple covers too, but I really do like this one. It's simple, and it does, I know they've done this with other characters in TMNT. I like it. I like the style. Speaking of TMNT, we have Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan, number 2. If you liked number 1 and you want to continue reading it, there's your reminder. Torpedo, 1972, number 2. Again, reminder time. Homestretch. Transformers, number 1, 5th printing. Now, I'll be honest, a lot of detail went into drawing this particular cover. So, I'm not a fan of multiple printings, but I do have to give this one its respect. And lastly, we have When the Blood Has Dried, number 1 from Mad Cave Studios. So again, that's not every single book that's worth reading. All I do is I just try to point out the new series, the number 2s, and anything that I think is really, you might not know is coming out. If you're an ongoing reader of the Batman series and you're subscribed to it, or you pick it up every single week, you don't need to be told by me to go get it. You know already. So hopefully you found this list useful, helpful, and if you would consider, please, clicking like on the video. Please drop a comment down below. I'd love to find out what you're reading, what you think is a book of interest. Did I miss something? Okay, drop it in the comments. Let not just me, but other viewers know as well. And just like I said, please click like and those notifications so you know when more videos are dropping. I'm very happy to make these videos for you guys. I enjoy being here with you, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend to get every book that you're looking for. Until I see you in the next video, though, mahalo.